Howdy folks, Max Caveman here, bringing you to my Pokemon Scarlet and Violet case analysis. I think that's the best way to describe this. So all I am going to be doing here is just showing off the total pulls from my booster case openings, if you are interested in how many of each card I got, or how likely you are to get full playsets of certain cards, and I will discuss what it was the pull ratios for a booster box, which I feel is the most important thing. Now, let's first start off with the double rares, which are the EX Pokemon. So starting off with, I did get 3 Spidops. This is exactly what I needed for a deck, so that is perfect. I got 2 Arcanines and 2 Gyarados. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing. I originally thought these were a separate rarity, but having 2 of each Terra EX Pokemon is actually not too bad. I will try and find a way to do something with them. Then I got 2 Magnezone EX, 3 Miraidon EX, something that I am looking forward to play, like the Spidops, and I have a rough idea of the deck that I'm going to build with it. We have 2 Gardevoir EXs, a bit on the costlier side, trying to evolve up twice. Could be an interesting deck. Followed the Gardevoir up with the 3 copies of Bayonet EX. Now, Bayonet EX is, I think I have 5 copies of this now, from all my previous openings, so that is a bit disappointing that I got so many of them. Next up, we have 3 Great Tusk, and I believe I actually got 2 of these in one box, so it is potentially able to get multiple of an individual EX in a single box. So if you are looking for something, a box is possibly the best way to try and get it. We have 2 Koraidon EXs. Definitely my favorite of the 2 box legendaries in the games, in the video game, sorry, but in the TCG I feel like the Miraidon is better. We'll see how this actually goes. I'm going to be basing what I feel is playability based on my locals at the Rockingham Road League. But I personally think this is a little bit too slow, with the fact that your turn ends is as part of the ability. Next up, we have 3 Toxicroak EXs. I originally wasn't planning on doing anything with this. However, my Poison Stall deck, which I've named Toxic Wasteland, could actually use this, so that will be interesting. Then we got the 2 Iron Treads EX and 2 Oinkologne EX. Now, I was really glad I got a second copy of this. A lot of these cards are just like, having a full playset would be the best thing, but interestingly, I didn't get a single full playset for any of the EXs. Came close with a couple, but it means that you should at least need 7 boxes to get a full playset or something, which is a bit high. Well, that is the double rares. Now we have the ultra rares. The ultra rares are now the full art cards. So I'll start with the Pokemon and then go into the trainers. So we got a Iron Treads EX, an Oinkologne EX. We end up with 2 Magnezone EXs. Bit disappointing getting a duplicate. It does happen. with these higher rarities. Would have been better just getting another unique one. We did get the Bayonet EX, one Miraidon EX, which I nearly missed and nearly just had a loose pack sitting in a box somewhere. Then I did get two Miraidon EXs. Again, would have preferred something else at the moment. I have most of the Pokemon, I feel like. So the only one that I don't have a Great Tusk, a Toxicroak, Spidops, and then the two Terra Pokemon, the Arcanine and the Gyarados. So a bit more than I thought, but they still got quite a few of them. Moving on to the full art trainers, we did get a Katie, a Professor's Research with Professor Sada. Now there is a Professor Tarot version, which I will have to try and get at some point, but at least I got one of the two professors. And we got a Arvin, a Jacques, and a Miriam, which I'm glad I didn't double up. This is where my collections really start, in the ultra rare slot. I am a player that does low rarity decks, so any of these are for trades or grading eventually. They're not really going to be used in any of my decks. If I only got, let's say, the full art Koraidon, I would potentially use it until I got a regular, but luckily I got all of the EXs, so I don't have to worry about that. Now moving on to the illustration rares. Now I'm going to go from the regular illustration to the special illustration. So I believe in total there was like 35 cards. I should have looked that up beforehand. Sadly didn't get them all, but I did get a few of the ones that I was really looking for. So I got two Tarantula, really good, being in that double piece artwork. Really glad that I got that. I got this fantastic looking Clauncher with the scrub in the background. Managed to get two Wiglets. Out of all the potential ones that I didn't get, the fact that I did get the two Tarantula, the two Wiglet, and I believe there's more that I got multiples of. We've got one singular Dondozo. We've got a Pawmot with the actual full evolution line in it. We got a Drowsy. I would have actually preferred multiples of this. I needed 2 copies in total, one for my special my illustration collection and one for my artist collection. It's a beautiful looking card. Then I did get 2 Rolts here. Potentially not that bad. I feel like the Rolts, Curlier and Gardevoir cards will be sought after, so getting a few of these is actually a potentially good thing. And we do get this lovely looking Greavard. I do believe I said in the video when I pulled it, I wish a little bit more light was coming off of the candle and make it a little bit more spookier, but it just seems a little out of place in the background. We do get a Mabostive, which I don't think I've ever actually read it. Okay, so it's a boss's orders, which is actually really good, and it's a soft once per turn, so really interesting there. We did get a Bombardier, sadly, this is another duplicate. I opened one in a previous opening, not the case break, and then I did get a Starly. So I got quite a few of them. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was missing 10 of them. Some of the better looking ones, I feel like, with, well, the ones that I wanted. Sorry, there's 9. I didn't cross off 2 of those. So at least 9. Do I think it's possible to get all of them in a case? Well, so I got 3 of these were duplicates, so potentially not. You are looking at maybe 8 boxes. Obviously, duplicates do happen quite frequently when you are simply looking for one individual card, so interesting to see how far it does take. Moving on to the special illustrations, I did get 2 copies of the Spidops EX. This goes with the Tarantula in a 2-piece artwork, which I did show off when I pulled it, but it does go something like that. Really cool that we do get these multi-piece artworks or story artworks, like with the ropes to Gardevoir. So 2 of those. Did get 1 of these lovely looking Iron Treads EX. And then I got 2 of the Gardevoir EXs, one of the most sought after cards in this set, so that was good. And then I did get the illustration rare Miriam, the chase card of the set at the moment. Will it stay number 1? Maybe. The Gardevoir may take over, but have to wait and see. Then we did get this lovely looking penny card and a Jacques. So a couple of duplicates in there, but you do need a few more. I think I would have needed 1 more box potentially if I didn't get any duplicates. So that's interesting. Moving on to the hyper rares, we have a Miraidon. Only got 1 of these, which is great, not getting duplicates. Then I did get 2 Koraidons. I actually have 3 of these now in total, so a bit disappointing. Definitely going to try and trade some of these for the missing ones that I don't get, or I could even just send all of them off to get graded. Then I did luckily get 1 of the energy cards. I do really like the special energy prints. Would absolutely love to get all of them in the Sword and Shield, the Scarlet and Violet era now. That way I have a full collection of all the new artworks. Now, I was keeping track during my openings to basically see what were the pull rates. And it's a bit hard to tell, but it was really interesting. Except for the first box I opened, I was averaging, I was getting 5 double rare pulls per box. The first box I only got 4 somehow, but that means you should, in theory, get 5 EX cards in each box, which is not too bad, considering there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 and you get 5, so there's 7 of them that you won't get. Realistically, I feel like we should be getting 2, maybe 3 less than the total number of card types for the EXs, because those are more staple cards, but it is what it is. For the ultra rares, so the full arts, I was getting 2, with one exception. The Maridon that I pulled put one box up to 3 ultra rares in total, which does seem a bit strange that they weren't all more a bit consistent. However, some things like that just randomly happen. You get an extra one of a pool that you shouldn't have, but it's fine. Moving on to the illustration cards. So I had a 50-50 split between getting 2 or 3 pulls. Interesting enough, one of the boxes, which was the first box, which I was lacking a double rare from, that had an extra one, so I don't know what the proper deal would have been for that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, just I had to double check I didn't miscount something there. But I definitely got that. I feel like this is okay as a pull rate. Half the time you would only run these as like an alternative for the regular version, and these are a good collection point, the illustration cards. So not that bad. So interesting thing that I did note is in the special illustration and hyper rare cards. Now you get a combination of 2 in each box. You are guaranteed 1 special illustration rare. So that's the full art supporters and the EX Pokemon in the illustration collection, and then the gold cards. You are guaranteed a pull of 2 of those in total. 1 guaranteed special, and then either a second special illustration rare or a hyper rare, which I think that's actually rather good. If you basically go, it does keep the overall pulls down, which, if you think about it, you have almost a 1 in 3 chance to get a pull in each booster box, which fairly decent odds. Definitely down from Sword and Shield, but they did mess around with rarities in this set. All in all, if you are to buy a booster box, you are guaranteed 11 or 12 pulls. It's either one of those, and you are guaranteed what I have just listed out. Hopefully you liked this little breakdown of what I've pulled and at what ratios. But aside from that, hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you all next time. See ya.